George's friend.
Peppa and her friends are at the playground. Peppa, Susie and Danny are on the roundabout.
Are you all ready?
Ready!
Then let's go!
Faster!
George is a bit too little for the roundabout. He is playing on the swing. Here is Rebecca Rabbit with her little brother, Richard Rabbit.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Can I come on the roundabout too?
Hop on, Rebecca.
Let's go really, really fast.
Richard Rabbit wants to go on the roundabout too.
If Richard gets on, it means we can't go fast. Richard can play with George.
Richard, would you like to play with George?
No.
George is a dinosaur just like yours. Let's go and see.
Richard Rabbit is the same age as George.
Richard wanted to see George's dinosaur.
Grrr, dinosaur.
George, can Richard play with your dinosaur?
No.
Richard, can George play with your dinosaur?
No.
George and Richard do not want to share their dinosaurs.
George, it will be much more fun if you share. That was really nice of George.
Dinosaur!
George does not like sharing.
Richard, let George hold the dinosaurs now.
Richard does not like sharing either.
What's all this crying about?
George and Richard always cry when they play together. They're just too little to play properly.
Can you two big girls teach them to play together?
Of course. We can help them make sand castles.
Good idea. Let's go to the sandpit.
George and Richard love the sandpit.
George, Richard, today we are going to make sand castles. First, we fill the buckets with sand. We turn the buckets over and give them a little tap. Now we lift the buckets. Hey, presto!
Richard has made a sandcastle.
Hey, presto!
And George has made a sandcastle.
You see, playing together is fun.
Oh dear, this game has not gone very well.
It was your brother's fault. He broke George's sandcastle. Your brother broke my brother's sandcastle first.
Now, you two big girls are meant to be teaching Richard and George to play nicely together.
That's right. We're big girls. And George and Richard are too little to play together properly.
I've got an idea. George, what's your most favourite thing in the whole playground?
Seesaw!
George loves the seesaw.
Seesaw.
It is a bit difficult to play on a seesaw on your own. Richard wants to play on the seesaw.
Seesaw, seesaw, seesaw. Look, George and Richard are playing together. Seesaw, 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 seesaw.
George likes Richard. Richard likes George. George and Richard like playing together.
Seesaw, seesaw. Bedtime story.
It is night time. Daddy Pig is reading Peppa and George a bedtime story.
And so the prince, the princess, the budgie and the frog all lived happily ever after. The end.
The bedtime story has sent Peppa and George to sleep.
Good night, my little piggies.
George is awake.
Dinosaur. Grrr. George, You naughty piggy! Go back to sleep.
George is not sleepy.
George! Nighttime is for sleeping, not playing. Shh! I can tell you a bedtime story. Once upon a time, there was a little pig. His name was Georgie Pig. And he was off to make his fortune. Soon he came to a forest. Do you like the story, George? Inside the forest was a little house. And inside the house was a bowl of porridge. Georgie Pig was very hungry, so he ate it all up. Yum, yum, yum. But just as he finished, Baby Bear walked in and said, "Oi! Did you eat my magic porridge?" Georgie said, "Yes." Baby Bear said, "That was magic porridge. It will make you go very big." And then Georgie Pig began to grow. He grew and he grew and he grew until he was taller than all of the trees in the forest. The end. Are you sleepy, George? No. Not even a little bit? No. OK, I'll do a bit more story. Baby Bear said there is a box of golden treasure at the end of the world. But it's too far for me to go because I'm too little. Georgie said, "I will carry you there." So Georgie Pig walked to the end of the world. He walked and he walked and he walked. Are you sleepy yet? No. He walked through forests, across mountains, across seas. And are you sleepy yet? No. He walked all the way to the end of the world and found a big box of golden treasure. Ooh. And a big dragon. Grrr. Yes, a big green dragon with little wings and breathing fire. Roar! Luckily, it was a very friendly dragon. And he said, "You can have the treasure." But then Georgie Pig began to shrink. He shrank and he shrinked and he shrunk until he was the same little Georgie Pig as he was before. "How will we get back home now?" said Baby Bear. "I can fly you home," said the dragon. So Georgie Pig and Baby Bear hopped on the dragon's back and flew all the way back home to the little house in the forest. And then it's the end.
George is asleep. Peppa is asleep.
Peppa, what are you doing out of bed? Nighttime is for sleeping, not playing. Night-night, my little piggies. Sweet dreams.
Peppa and George are in their little beds, fast asleep.
George's new dinosaur.
George is playing with his favourite toy, Mr. Dinosaur. George loves playing with Mr. Dinosaur. Mr. Dinosaur is made of plastic. It is almost impossible to break him.
Dinosaur. Grrr.
George loves playing with Mr. Dinosaur in the bath. At night time, George always takes Mr. Dinosaur to bed with him.
Dinosaur. Grrr. George, Mr. Dinosaur is broken. Oh.
Mr. Dinosaur does not have a tail anymore.
Poor George.
You have had Mr. Dinosaur a long time.
I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did.
Maybe it's about time you got a new dinosaur.
Yes, we can go to Mr. Fox's shop tomorrow.
This is Mr. Fox's shop.
Mr. Fox's shop sells everything.
I'm sure we'll find you a lovely new dinosaur here, George.
Dinosaur.
George does not want a new dinosaur.
Look, George, a big dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
Good morning. Can I help you?
We'd like the dinosaur in the window, please.
Certainly. Good choice. This is the Dino Roar. It roars, it walks, and it sings a dinosaur song.
Dino roar, listen to the dino roar. Roar!
Wow! Dino Roar!
We'll take it.
Roar!
George is playing with Dino Roar in the garden.
Don't play too roughly with Dino Roar, George. He has moving parts and might get broken.
George cannot play with Dino Roar in the garden. George wants to play with Dino Roar in the bath.
George, if you get Dino Roar wet, he'll stop working.
George cannot play with Dino Roar in the bath. It is night time. George has taken Dino Roar to bed with him.
Roar!
George!
Dino
Roar has woken me up.
Maybe Dino Roar should sleep somewhere else.
To the dino roar.
George cannot have Dino Roar in his bed at night. It is morning.
Why is George looking so sad?
George cannot play with Dino Roar in the garden, in the bath, or in bed.
Never mind, George. Dino Roar can still roar.
Dino roar, listen to the dino roar.
Oh,
I think the batteries must have run out, Daddy Pig.
already? How many batteries are in here?
Hundreds and thousands.
Dino Roar needs lots of batteries to make him roar.
Oh, what's this? A trumpet? It doesn't work. Dinosaur.
That's not a trumpet, Peppa. You found Mr. Dinosaur's tail.
Oh,
Now, Daddy Pig can mend him.
I'll try. I think it might be quite difficult to mend. Oh,
Daddy Pig has mended Mr. Dinosaur.
hooray!
oh, I am a bit of an expert at mending things.
George loves Mr. Dinosaur.
Dinosaur. Grrr. Dinosaur, dinosaur. Hello, Mr. Dinosaur. Grrr.
Mr. Dinosaur is George's favourite toy